All right, so are you ready to dive in? I am, because today we're taking a deep dive into lash extensions.
Ooh, lash extensions, one of my favorite topics.
Mine too. And what we've got to work with are actually these notes from another podcast. They're really fascinating.
Oh, fun. So we're working with like secondhand info here.
Exactly. Kind of like a deep dive into a deep dive.
I like it a little meta.
I know, right? And in the original podcast, it seems like they had this lash enthusiast, Emily, who's also a part-time lash technician, and then Sophia, who is all about keeping up with beauty trends.
Sounds like a good combo.
Yeah, I think their conversation was probably pretty amazing. So let's unpack some of those juicy tidbits with help from our expert.
I'm ready. Let's get into it.
So for anyone out there who's like, wait, what are lash extensions? I've never even heard of those.
Yeah, so basically they're like little enhancements for your natural lashes.
Okay, cool.
And the notes mention 3 main types.
Yeah.
Classic, volume, and hybrid.
Oh, okay, I've heard of those.
Yeah, so with classic lashes, you're basically applying one extension to each of your natural lashes.
So just like 1-to-1.
Exactly. And that gives you a really nice, subtle, polished look.
I love that Emily called them perfect for that everyday polished look.
Perfect description.
Right. And then she said volume sets are like the little black dress of lashes.
Always a statement.
Oh, yes. Love that.
And volume lashes are a bit different because you're applying multiple extensions to each natural lash.
So it's more dramatic.
Much more dramatic.
Yeah.
You're using these super fine extensions, but you're using a lot of them to create this really full, dense look.
Okay, so more glam.
Definitely.
Okay.
And then, as you might have guessed, hybrid lashes kind of blend those two techniques together.
So you get the best of both worlds.
Exactly. You get some of that fullness from the volume lashes, but still maintain a bit of that natural look from the classic lashes.
So if someone is thinking about getting lash extensions, how do they even choose which style is right for them?
It's a good question. Well, I think the first thing is just like, what kind of look are you going for?
Yeah, are you more like natural subtle or?
Right, or are you like full glam? But it goes beyond that too. Like, your eye shape can actually play a role in determining what looks best.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And even your lifestyle. Like, do you work out a lot? Do you swim?
Okay, so there are lots of things to consider.
Lots of things.
Yeah.
So I would say it's really important to have a consultation with a skilled lash technician.
Yeah, someone who can actually look at your lashes, look at your eyes, and make some good recommendations.
Definitely. A good technician can assess all those factors and give you personalized advice.
Okay, so let's talk trends, because the notes get really interesting when they start talking about regional trends in lash styles across the U.S.
Oh, yeah, regional trends. I loved it.
It's like what's considered in New York is totally different from what's hot in Texas.
Yeah, it's like a map of style preferences across the country.
Exactly. So first stop, New York City.
The city that never sleeps.
Exactly. And apparently they're all about wispy lashes right now.
Oh, wispy lashes. They create that soft, feathery effect. Very effortless.
Very chic.
Very chic. Very New York.
Then we head down south to Texas and things get a lot bolder.
Okay, let's hear it.
Volume and mega volume lashes, super popular there.
Oh, wow. So the bigger, the better.
Exactly. It's like a statement.
I wonder if that reflects something about Texas culture, you know?
Yeah, like that whole go big or go home thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that confidence and outgoing energy that people associate with Texas.
Right. Like it translates to their lash choices.
Interesting. I like that theory.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we travel over to Los Angeles.
Hollywood.
And they're all about hybrid lashes.
Hybrids make sense for LA.
Yeah.
It's that mix of natural and glam.
Exactly. Emily even said it's very Hollywood.
I think it's that versatility that really resonates with LA.
Mm-hmm.
You have everything from natural beachy looks to like full-on red carpet glam.
So hybrids can kind of bridge the gap between those styles.
Exactly. And last but not least, we arrive in Miami.
Ooh, Miami.
Where they're turning lashes into accessories.
Seriously.
Yeah, brightly colored lashes like blues and pinks are trending there.
Wow, I love that.
It's so fun. So vibrant.
It makes me think of Miami's art scene, all those bright colors.
Yeah, maybe those Latin American influences where color is so celebrated.
Oh, totally. It's like those cultural influences are even showing up in their lash choices.
Right, like little windows into regional preferences.
That's fascinating. Okay, so let's say you've been inspired by all these trends. You're ready to get lash extensions. What do you need to know to keep them looking fabulous?
Lash care is crucial.
Emily and Sophia had some strong opinions about this.
Yeah, they did. They really emphasized the do's and don'ts.
Okay, so let's start with the don'ts. What should you absolutely not do?
Emily was very clear on this one. Oil-based products are the enemy.
Oh, really?
Good no-no.
I love my oil cleanser.
I know, but keep it away from your lashes.
Got it. So why is oil so bad?
Well, it can actually break down the adhesive that's used to bond the extensions.
Oh, so they'll fall out quicker.
Exactly. Premature lash loss. Nobody wants that.
Not good. Okay, so what about cleaning? Like, how do you keep them clean?
Sophia brought up this whole thing about lash mites.
Lash mites. Ew, what are those?
So they're these microscopic creatures that can live in our eyelashes.
Oh, great.
Don't worry, they're usually harmless.
Okay, good.
But if you're not careful about hygiene, they can multiply and cause irritation or even infection.
So keeping them clean is really important.
Super important. And when it comes time to remove the extensions, do not attempt DIY removal.
Oh, okay, that was another one of their big points.
This huge point. It can seriously damage your natural lashes.
So no matter how tempting it is to just like peel them off?
Resist the temptation.
Got it. So always go to a professional for removal.
Always. It's worth the investment to have it done safely.
Okay, professional removals are a must. Any other tips for keeping those lashes looking amazing?
Yeah, both Emily and Sophia talked about the importance of going in for professional touch-ups.
Oh yeah, like every few weeks?
Exactly. Because your natural lashes shed and new ones grow in.
Right, so you want to keep those extensions looking nice and full.
Exactly. Touch-ups help fill in any gaps and keep them looking even.
It's like getting your roots done, but for your lashes.
Perfect analogy. So what about lash serums? Are those safe to use with extensions?
That's a good question.
Some lash serums can be really beneficial. They can help condition and strengthen your natural lashes.
Which is great if you're getting extensions regularly.
Exactly. But it's important to choose a serum that's formulated for use with extensions.
So do your research.
Yeah, and talk to your lash technician. They can recommend a good one.
Great advice. Now, the notes included a couple of listener questions, and I thought they were really good. The first one was, how do I know which lash style is right for me?
It's a common question.
Yeah.
And it really comes down to a bunch of factors like your personal style, your eye shape, your lifestyle, even the health of your natural lashes.
Yeah, it sounds complicated.
It can be, but a skilled lash technician can help you figure it all out.
Right, like they'll look at your eyes, your lashes, and give you personalized recommendations.
Exactly. They can guide you in the right direction.
It's like finding the perfect haircut.
I love that analogy.
The second question was from a listener named Mia, and she was concerned about safety, especially for people with sensitive eyes.
Yeah, that's a valid concern.
So what's the advice there?
Emily said it's crucial to communicate any sensitivities you have to your lash technician.
Right, like any allergies or anything?
Exactly. They should be using hypoallergenic glue, and they should be willing to do a patch test to check for any reactions.
Okay, so communication is key.
Absolutely. Don't be afraid to ask questions and make sure you feel comfortable with the technician and the products they're using.
Great advice. Now, before we wrap up, Emily and Sophia offered some predictions about the future of lash extensions.
Oh, fun. Let's hear it.
They mentioned two trends for 2024. The first one was sustainable lash products and practices.
Oh, that's great. Sustainability is becoming so important.
Yeah, it's a movement that's happening across the entire beauty industry.
Totally. And lash extensions are no exception.
So what exactly does that involve? Like, what kind of sustainable lash products are we talking about?
So we're seeing brands using more eco-friendly materials like biodegradable fibers or plant-based ingredients.
Okay, so it's about being more mindful of the environment.
Exactly. And it's not just about the products themselves. There's also a growing focus on sustainable practices within salons.
Like what kind of practices?
Things like using energy-efficient lighting, minimizing water waste, and even choosing packaging that's recyclable or compostable.
So it's a whole approach.
Yeah, it's about reducing the environmental impact of the entire process from start to finish.
I love that. It's great to see the industry becoming more responsible.
Absolutely. It's a positive shift.
The second trend they mentioned was customized lash mapping.
Ooh, that sounds high-tech.
Tell me more.
It's actually more about artistry than technology.
Okay. How so?
So it involves analyzing a client's eye shape, facial features, and personal style to create a unique lash design.
So it's like super personalized.
Super personalized.
Yeah.
It's about moving away from that one-size-fits-all approach.
So no more cookie cutter lashes.
Exactly. It's all about embracing individual beauty and creating a look that's tailored to you.
That's amazing. It's like having a bespoke suit, but for your lashes.
I love that analogy. It's perfect. These two trends seem to reflect bigger shifts that are happening in the beauty industry as a whole.
Like what kind of shifts?
I think there's a growing demand for personalization, sustainability, and self-expression. And it's not just limited to lashes. We're seeing it in skincare, in makeup, everywhere.
It's like people are becoming more aware and more conscious of what they're putting on their bodies and how it impacts the world around them.
Exactly. And they're also looking for products and services that allow them to express their individuality.
It's about embracing what makes you unique.
Exactly. And that's something to celebrate.
Now, speaking of pushing boundaries, I'm curious about that trend you mentioned earlier with textured lash looks.
Oh, yeah, those are fun.
Curls, spikes, clusters of lashes applied in different directions.
All about creating dimension and texture.
It sounds a little intimidating. Is it something that anyone can pull off?
I think the key is finding a lash artist who really understands your style and can tailor the look to you.
Yeah, someone who can guide you.
Exactly. Textured lash looks can range from subtle to dramatic. So it's about finding that sweet spot.
Right, like some people might just want a little bit of texture.
Exactly. While others might want to go all out.
So it's about communication and finding a lash artist who you trust.
Absolutely. Lash extensions are, in a way, a form of self-expression.
That's a great way to put it.
So there are no real rules, only possibilities.
I love that.
Don't be afraid to experiment and have fun with it.
So before we move on to part 2, what would you say is the biggest takeaway from all of this for our listeners?
I think what's most fascinating